Shalom, Israel, R.O.I, AUSTERE family. Um, I wanted to first give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai right now. Um, there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about on this sunny Sunday. Well, it is down here in Cali, you know, sky is blue, people out at the park, you know, um, playing with their kids and things like that. And this ain't really no hard-hitting message right here. Um, I'm just gonna speak freely right now. It's a little freestyle. Uh, my first one for the Austere channel. Y'all know I drop one every now and then, just from the heart. And ain't nothing wrong or nothing. Just putting y'all up on some real shit right now because I see some things happening in the body, and just some things up ahead that I think we should be aware. You know, that we should look out for. When you come into this truth, right? You you come into the realization of who you are and all of that. Deuteronomy, the curses and all of that good stuff. And you learn some history. You learned just so much stuff, All right, but we've gelled spiritually on this channel. We really are like a family. I feel it, really do. We don't go at each other and all that at all. We stick up for one another. It's just a beautiful thing, man. So I believe the next phase is coming pretty soon, man. I don't know how soon or when, but I don't believe the Most High is gelling us together like this. All right. So that we could be separate. I believe that he's going to gel us together spiritually and soulfully, and then he's going to bring us together physically. I just feel that. So just some things up ahead that we should expect so that you can govern yourselves accordingly. Because when you out here in this world being an Israelite man or an Israelite woman, it's hard to find a just say mate. I've gotten so many reports of Aquaf, they unequally yoked with a dude. He's a heathen. He's Israel, but he's not Israel like the Bible say. All right. Or you get vice versa. You get a Israelite man with a woman who's not. She's Israel, but she's not Israel. She got them heathen ways. So what happens when it's shit? A couple thousand or better. And I'm just being modest. I know YouTube fuck with my numbers, man. And I ain't no numbers man or nothing like that. I don't really give a shit. I don't care if it's 5 people on there. It's not about that for me. But on a large scale, there's a lot of us on here. Now, in the future, we call to come together physically. No more comment boards. We like right there, And not all at once. I believe it'll be a slow trickle. But what happens then? What do you look for? Do you how do you govern yourself? Well, I know it's going to happen. because it's meant to, it's bound to. The Most High wants relationships formed under the right circumstances, under the right guise. You know what I mean? This is why I've been teaching, yelling, cussing. It was all part of the plan to get you to a point where you understand that this is where we headed. You know, this shit is gonna happen, man. This thing is gonna happen. All right. There's gonna come a time when you're around other Israelite men, women. There's gonna come a time when you're around Israelite women, men. What are you gonna do? Well, it's on my spirit to kind of go into that a little bit right now, because I don't want, whenever that time does come, to be a shock. We need to know what to expect. And some of you out there are already, engaged, so to speak, with a certain individual. I mean, we know that there's really no marriage in this regeneration. Yahushua said it wouldn't be. They neither give in marriage nor are given in marriage, but are as like the angels. Because a real Israelite marriage requires a virgin woman and an Israelite man. Family got to be Israelite, the whole thing. We're piecing things together right now. So what's going to happen? So I believe there's going to be 4 types of people. All right. One, as far as on the men's side, you got men like David. You got men like Nabal. All right. David was a man of character. He was a man of integrity. All right. He was a man's man. Nabal, the husband of Abigail, he's what his name said he was. He's a fool. He's an idiot. All right. And unfortunately, I believe we got some of those type of men on this channel. They do. You got both kinds. You got Davids and you got Nabals. It's because they on rod of iron don't mean they got their shit together and that they thinking right. You know, I pray that they get it together. But it's just some of them are not. All right. Then on the women's side, some of us, I mean, they're gonna have women like Michal, Saul's daughter, the one that came and with the flip mouth, and the nasty ass attitude. She is real. She knows she is real, but she got a funky ass attitude, flip mouth. You know what I mean? And that's the type of woman that David had to put away for the rest of her life for being smart mouth. She don't know when to be quiet. Then you're going to have women like Abigail, submissive, kind-hearted, sweet spirit, had no problem with the word of the Most High and no problem with his order and the way things are supposed to be. All right? So I want to go into 1 Samuel chapter 25, starting at verse 1. And it says, "And Samuel died, and all the Israelites were gathered together and lamented him and buried him in the house of Ramah. And David arose and went down to the wilderness of Paran. And there was a man in Maon whose possessions were in Carmel. And the man was very great, and he had 3,000 sheep and 1,000 goats. And he was shearing his sheep in Carmel." This little radio controlled car back there, these kids, man. Verse 3. "And the name of the man was Nabal, and the name of his wife Abigail. And she was a woman of good understanding and of a beautiful countenance. But the man was churlish and evil in his doings, and he was of the house of Caleb." So, I'm not going to read the whole story, but what happened was King David, who wasn't king at this time, he actually watched over Nabal's things, man. He had his army watch over Nabal's thing and kept him safe. And David just asked him for some victuals, to help feed his men. And Nabal was so evil and wicked, he wouldn't give it to him. So David was going to kill him, all right? But Abigail talked him out of it. And Abigail, let's jump down here to verse 18. When Abigail got news that David and his 400 men were riding up there to slaughter Nabal and his family and everybody else, Abigail made haste and took 200 loaves of bread, all right, and 2 bottles of wine and 5 sheep ready dressed, 5 measures of parched corn, and 100 clusters of raisins and 200 cakes of figs, and laid them on the asses. And she said unto her servants, Go on before me, behold, I come after you. But she told not her husband Nabal. And it was so, as she rode on the ass, that she came down by the covert of the hill, and behold, David and his men came down against her, and she met him. Now David said, Surely in vain have I kept all that this fellow hath in the wilderness, so that nothing was missed of all that pertained unto him. And he hath requited me of this evil. He hath requited me evil for good. So and more also do God unto the enemies of David, if I leave all that pertaineth to him by the morning light, any that pisseth against the wall. He's always going to kill all the men in town. And when Abigail saw David, she hasted and lighted off the ass, and fell before David on her face, and bowed herself to the ground, and fell at his feet, and said, Upon me, my Lord, upon me let this iniquity be. And let thy handmaid, I pray thee, speak in thy audience, and hear the words of thy handmaid. So she submitted to David, called him her Lord, all right? She submitted to his righteous authority. And she also did what Nabal should have did. She was a righteous woman, okay? And David's heart was turned from killing Nabal. David was now able to wait, and the Most High ended up killing Nabal shortly after that. And then Abigail became his wife, all right? So in the kingdom, all right, coming up, you women are going to have to be able to decipher between a Nabal or a David, all right? And I'm going to tell you something. It's really not hard to decipher, you know? Is the man a man of the Most High, all right? Does he love the Most High? Is he sure of the Most High? Does he trust his word? Does he follow him? You see, in order for a man to follow the Most High, he can't be following you. Bottom line. It's not about what you think is right, what you think is just. It ain't no, well, I know what the words say, but once you say that, then that's it, you know. You don't matter, because it's not about you. If that man can put you above the Most High, then he's not a man of the Lord. He's a Nabal. All right? So you're going to have to be able to distinguish that, because this is going to be an eternal choice. All right? This man of the Lord that you get with is in Israel. You better make sure he's the one, man. All right? You better make sure he's the one. You women. This ain't like the dating game out here where, you know what I mean, you keep swapping. There's going to come a time when it's going to be permanent. Now, that's not right now. We still under the curses. We still under captivity. But once these large moves are being made, you're going to have to keep an eye out. All right? And they got some good brothers out here on Rod of Iron, man. Strong. Brothers that love Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So y'all are going to have a good pick. All right? Y'all going to have a good pick. But you can't be no Michael. All right? Let's go to the next phase of this right here. Let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 6. This is this is breaking it down. David went to retrieve the Ark of the Covenant after 20 years of it being missing, and went on a grand tour through the other nations because it was lost under Prophet Eli. All right, he was a high priest that wouldn't discipline his sons Hophni and Phinehas. They were wicked. They were stealing the burnt offering from the Most High, and Eli wouldn't discipline his sons. So Most High let the Philistines come in, ransack Israel, and take the Ark of the Covenant away for 20 years. David finally restored it. He went and got it. All right, and he was bringing it back to Israel. Great day. Now, we had Abigail. We know how Abigail is. Abigail submitted herself to King David. She loved him. She was just beautiful spirit. Now let's look at Michal. Then David is 2 Samuel chapter 6 verse 20. Then David returned to bless his household, and Michal, the daughter of Saul, came out to meet David and said, "How glorious was the king of Israel today, who uncovered himself today in the eyes of the handmaids of his servants, as one of the vain fellows shamelessly uncovereth himself." So she accusing David of trying to show off for the handmaids, being flip-mouthed. And David said unto Michal, "It was before the Lord which chose me before thy father, and before all his house, to appoint me ruler over the people of the Lord, over Israel. Therefore will I play before the Lord." Verse 22. "And I will yet be more vile than thus, and I will be base in my own sight. And of the maid servants which thou hast spoken of them shall I be had in honor." He's saying, when I get with these maidens that you accuse me of, they're not going to disrespect me like you do. We're going to go, and we're going to have fun, and we're going to chill. All right? You know what they're going to do. David wants to celebrate. And he wasn't no loudmouth, rebellious woman, all right, talking shit to him. So look what happened to Michal. "Therefore Michal, the daughter of Saul, had no child unto the day of her death. King David put her away." See, that's what happened to smart mouth women, man. They get put away, man. Israelite man will he'll put you away, man. All right? Because nobody got time for that. All right? Nobody got time for that. So you fellas, first of all, you got to be you're going to either be Nabal or you're going to be David. And Nabal is a cat that make excuses. Number one, you don't want to be an Israelite man that follows the Most High. Look, women dig this truth. Everybody know that. A lot of women dig this truth. And there's a lot of cats that got into this truth to get women. It's sad. That's the Nabal spirit. Because you're not following the Most High for no other reason. You got to be about this life, man. All right? Forget these women. You know, when I came into this truth, I was so happy, man. Because I didn't want to get this truth for any other reason but to get closer to my Creator, all right? The one that died for me, Yahweh Shai, and his father Yahweh. It's the only reason I got into this, man. You know, I want to be with him. Now, Matthew 6:33 says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." If you fellas out there want to desire a righteous woman, you got to be a righteous man. All right? You can't be no poop butt that's doing shit to be seen, worried about if, you know, where are you at in the Lord is where you at, man. All right? You don't follow Yahweh Shai. I'm going to use me. I don't follow Yahweh Shai, man. So people could say he's smart. For people to say, oh, I like this or I like that. Look, I started this channel because I know that the Most High blessed me with something, and I want to share it, man. That's what the name Matthias means. It means a gift, and I try to live it as hard as I can every day. I genuinely love people, man. I genuinely love people from my heart. Y'all are family to me. When I say I love y'all, I really mean that. And those of you that I speak to, I try to make sure that you know that it's the truth. That's what that is. So, but when you do that, it gives you a different aura than the average cat. It's just because there's really no sincerity out here. A lot of times people are fake and phony. So you got to be real, man. If you in this, you can't be in it. Is there anybody out there stronger than Brother Matt in the word? If you want to use that, I'm sure there is, man. I don't really give a fuck if they are, man. I'm not competing with nobody. I'm secure in my own right. All right? I want to be strong in the word for my master. I'm only trying to please him. I've heard plenty of times, oh man, they're laughing at you. Yeah, well, let them laugh. As long as Yahushua not laughing at me. That's all that count for me, And you brothers, look, you got to be sincere with this, man. Quit worrying about where everybody else is. Quit worrying about, what it's going to take to be a man of the Lord. You got to be sincere, man. All right? You got to be sincere about your faults. You got to be sincere about how you deal with people, man. You can't be no phony ass nigger. It's not cool. Most High don't deal with that. Ain't none of us perfect, starting with me. If you're wrong about something, be man enough to admit it. All right? And don't come with no weak ass excuses. All right? Are there women out there in this truth stronger than some of us? Hell yeah, it is. It's a lot. But you don't gain ground trying to be strong in the word to press no damn woman. The word is supposed to be for you first. I don't care if all you know is Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Know that as best you can. Go from there. It's not a foot race. It's not about who knows more and all of that. It's not that. It's here. You're supposed to have it there. All right? You got to have respect for yourself first. All right? Women are out there, and for right now, under these curses, women come and go. They do. So what am I saying under all this? You walk wise? If you spotting the ball, you better damn sure know it. And the ball is selfish, a game runner, a bullshitter, a liar. All right? Untrustworthy. All right? Unaccountable. Weak. Feminine. All of that. That's what he is. And he changed like the wind. He's emotional, an emotional wreck. One of David. David is not emotional. He goes with what the scriptures say, whether you like it or not. What woman want a man that she can mold him into what she want him to be? If you could mold that man into what you want him to be, then that means you're his God, not Yahushua. He's in reverse. Nah. You need a man that'll cut your ass off if need be. That's what you need. You ain't gonna be sitting there bowing down, kissing your ass to get shit done. All right? Follow me as I follow Yahushua. That's what the Apostle Paul said. And you men out there, hey, you got to be able to tell the difference between Abigail and Michael. You better be able to tell, or you're going to be in for a world of hurt. Abigail brought her handmaids with her and made sure they was with David too. All right? And if you women out there got a problem with that, then you're not women of the Lord. It's the bottom line. Because when this goes down, and it's coming, when this goes down, like I said, Men of the Lord is going back to the ancient world and the ancient way of things being done, you know. And there's a lot of y'all out there faking the funk, man. Y'all lie, man. Some of you women lie, man. You lie. Oh, I don't have a problem with that. I'm okay with it, yeah, until it's at your front door, till you actually have to do it. See? You got to be able to take the good and what you think is uncomfortable with this word, man. It's a whole new way of living. That's why it takes a lot to be an Israelite woman. If you want to be one, you got to change your way of thinking, you know? And I know there's questions. How will we live? How will we be together? How can we be a family with 10 women, all right, and one man? How can we be a family? Well, it's easy. You have that love, you know? That man is going to be your protector, your provider, your caregiver, everything. Either that or you'll just be outside the camp. You can be on your own. But don't look for none of the benefits that come with being an Israelite princess there. And the man, you're going to have to ante up and be right. Don't be in the ball. Don't be a fool. Don't be somebody that lies and mistreats the women. Be 100 with them, man. Be a fucking liar. All right? That's it. First of all, you got to love your AUSTERE, and you got to do what he say. You got to be the type of man that he told you to be. All right? And stop trying to get to know him to be impressive to other people. That's not what this is about. It ain't about impressing no damn body. It's about getting closer to him. He wants to know you intimately. He can't do that if you worried about everybody else. All right? So, this is just a little straight talk, because I believe that in the near future, we will be putting this screen down and be face to face. So you gotta understand what the eternal choice is gonna be. Because some of these relationships that are gonna be formed, it's gonna be a beautiful thing. You just gotta know what you're getting. So fellas, if you went in the ball spirit, you got to get out of it. Women, if you in that Michael spirit, you got to get out of it. That means that there's changes that you got to make about yourself. All right? So, Yahushua said he's coming back for a church without spot or wrinkle. All right? And I want to say something to you. You walk off that are up in age too, 60, 70 years old. There's some of y'all on here. Look, y'all are going to be taken care of, man. Period. So don't you worry about that. I was asked that question a while back. Well, what about us? You know, we're not young and we're not a childbearing. Look, don't worry about none of that. You're going to be looked after and loved. Period. All right? So, and you older brothers too. I got some brothers on there, they let me know. I'm older than you, Brother Matt. I'm like, oh, praise the Lord. I'm glad somebody is. You know? I'm not as old as all, but I'm not as young as some. You know? So, I just want to put that bug in your ear, you know, about your eternal choice. Start making the changes you need to make. All right? Because we coming up on it, y'all. We coming up on it. So, just don't be surprised. All right? Things are happening very fast. The Most High is keeping his word, and he's accelerating things, all right? So, this was a little slow motion today, but I pray that your spirit was blessed, all right? Prepare for the next video that's on the way. Giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Mashiach Yahushai, all right? Matthias is out. Till next time, Shalom.